So John Dowd is the lead defense lawyer on Donald Trump's legal team, and we learned today that he has resigned effective immediately from that team, so he's no longer going to be representing the president. So this is really significant because we are now 10 months into Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. There have been a lot of negotiations back and forth led by John Dowd as to whether or not the president will sit down for an interview with Mueller and his team. And so now it's unclear what the next step is going to be, because basically the point person and lead negotiator and point of contact for Mueller's team is no longer calling the shots. Last weekend, we noticed a real notable shift in the way the president and his legal team has been talking about Special Counsel Robert Mueller. So in the past, there's been lots of public overtures and gestures of cooperation. They've spoken warmly about Special Counsel and his work. And this weekend for the first time, we saw John Dowd basically call on Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to shut down the investigation. He initially said he was speaking for the president. He later said he was not, and the White House on Sunday had to clarify that there were no plans to try to terminate the investigation.
Yep.
So I think there's been a degree of consternation back and forth within the legal community over certain decisions and actions from Dowd and the legal team. There's been obviously a divide as to whether or not the president's going to speak with Mueller. So you'll remember that in January, Trump came out and said, "I'm very eager to speak under oath to Mueller," but Dowd has been much more cautious and apprehensive, and his lawyers, Trump's lawyers, have not publicly committed in any way to any sort of interview. They say those are ongoing negotiations. So obviously you have a client-attorney division there.
Mr. President, would you still like to testify to Special Counsel Robert Mueller, sir?
Thank you. Sure.
I would like to. You would like to? I would like to. When do you think that would happen?
Resign today, Mr. President?
He said yes.
One other thing that I would note is that the Trump legal team has been looking to try to add to its ranks. So they had reached out to a very prominent Washington lawyer, a litigator by the name of Ted Olson, who argued the Bush v. Gore case in 2000 for the U.S. Supreme Court, and he's argued the California gay rights case, same-sex marriage case. He turned them down, and so I would not be surprised if there's another attorney who they try to reach out to. They did hire on Monday a former United States attorney named Joe DeGenova, who's going to be working on the Trump legal team. And one thing that DeGenova is notable for is an interview with Fox News from January, in which he basically said the FBI officials were part of a brazen plot to exonerate Hillary Clinton and frame Donald Trump for a fictional, non-existent crime. So that gives you a flavor of where the defense legal strategy might be going.
Any country in the history of our world, it's out of control. We have a tremendous intellectual property theft situation going on.